Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Summer. So today I'm going to be sharing a story, right? I want to say this. When I'm sharing a story, it's because I enjoy to share that story. And before I share this story, let me just say this. For me, story sharing is like a gist. So just imagine it as friends sitting together and just gisting about, you know, when you use the word gist. It's different from just, okay, tell a story, what happened. This is not a court of law where you're like going to the point. The judge has no time for the nitty-gritties. No, this is supposed to be like friends, just talking, you know, friends having a conversation. That's how I speak it, if I can put it that way. That's how I say it, almost as if you guys are just here listening to me and we're just like, fine, I can hear you guys, like you're not talking to me, or I can hear from that side. But that's how relaxed I want to be about it. I'm saying this for those like, oh, get to the point, get to the point. That is, how do you do a gist without, you know, make it sweet? Well, but anyway, so it shouldn't be, you know, it should be more relaxed and, you know, okay. Let me go to the point. So this story I want to share is about how on this day, you guys know, I've told you guys about my Japada story, shared my Japada story, you know, how I eventually began to, you know, realize, you know, I went to Nigeria for the first time in a long time and I loved it so much that I decided that Nigeria is the place for me, right? And I shared that story and all, and I have not hidden the fact that, you know, I have been loving that decision and that I feel amazing. There's nothing wrong in enjoying something. I wanted to share with others and say, look at who. It's like when you discover something, you find out where the party is. Enjoyment is there. You know, where there is a free party, free food. Hey, you know, you call a good person. A good person will go call family and friends and say, your man, about good thing is here. That is how I see myself when I come here and I share, this is that. It's me sharing the amount of great time, you know, that I'm having in Nigeria. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Okay. This is where people complain about that. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me go back to the story. So on this day, I went to this shop to get something. And it's a shop where there's a pharmacy section and there's groceries and a few things, snacks and all of those things. So it was evening time. And on this day, you see, I have to say this. If I don't talk, I know go sweet me. You know, I was wearing this dress. I did a video where I did, what's it called now? Clothing haul about the traditional wears that I'm wearing and how they make me feel like a princess. Come on now. You can't look at me right now and not say that I look like a princess. Even if you don't say it, me, I feel I feel like a princess. Let me show you guys actually. You see, I don't derail, but I have to. And this part, they sweet me. If not, the talk would be boring. Okay, let me just show you guys this, my beautiful top that I'm wearing. And like I said, I feel organic. Okay, let me show you guys. You see, you guys are changing me and I don't like that. I don't want to change to what I'm not. You know, I want to be me, okay? But okay, let me show you guys this lovely. It's not a dress, it's a top, okay? Let me just show you guys. I'm actually sitting on the floor. This is what it looks like. Oh, sorry. Oh, by the way, before I forget, why will I forget? In case you don't know, I now have a shortlet. If you come into Nigeria and you need a place to stay, it's actually close to the airport. You need a place to stay over for the night and then leave the next day. 24 hours electricity, free internet, fully air-conditioned, 4-bedroom, massive, lovely property, clean environment, a beautiful, quiet neighborhood. And don't forget to contact us, and trust me, you're gonna testify. Let me get up a bit more. This is what it looks like. So I'm wearing it with a legging. You can see that, you know. Turn to the back. That's what the back looks like. Okay, so yeah, so okay, so like I said, relax. If you went to work or something, you're back home at the end of the day, this is the kind of content you just relax and just watch it. Life is not that hard. Life is not that complicated. Everything does not have to be like back. Go to work, come back, go to bed. Relax sometimes and just popcorn. You're having your dinner or something, I don't know. Relax and just say, let me just take my mind off this and that and just relax and listen to this story. Okay, let me go back. Sorry, but okay. Now, so on this day, you guys know I previously did a video where I showed a lot of the clothes that I wear now and that I'm loving it. The traditional wears make me feel amazing. And there was this particular dress that I showed. Is adire. Adire is tie and dye, you know. And I wore that that dress. Absolutely loved. And I think that was my first day ever wearing it. And there's something these clothes do to me. They just make me feel at home, make me feel organic, just make me feel like a princess. I love the feeling, okay? Oh, now, I wore this dress. I was feeling good on that day. I actually wore it earlier in the day and I wore heels. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, no. I hope I'm getting these days right. I hope I'm not mixing these days up. But anyways, so it was evening time. I wanted to go to shop and just get some things. So I went into this shop to get a few things, and I walked into the shop. You know me, if you see me in Nigeria, if you see me, you know when you feel good on the inside, it will show on the outside. So I walked into this shop, bubbly, you know, it was just, I was feeling good, okay? And I walked in, and okay, let me go on. You see, I don't want to, okay, let me say this. I don't want people to change me. I want to always chip in few things I want to chip in. In this life, there is nothing as finding those things that make you happy. Finding the people that make you happy. Finding environment that makes you happy. Life is too short. So my way of doing things is, if something makes me happy, I will do more of it. I will cling on to things that make me happy, because you can't buy happiness in the shop. I know people can say, if you have money, you can buy this, you can buy that. If money is everything, why do the rich also cry? Why do you see so-called civilized part of the world, you see billionaires, rich people jumping from, you know what I mean, and ending it all? You understand? Money is not everything. Look for what makes you happy. Look for people also that make you happy, environments that make you happy, situations that make you happy, and try to do more of those things. Anybody that makes you happy, try to be around that person more. And when situations that don't make you happy, pull away from them. People that don't make you happy, pull away from them. It's very important. You're okay. Now, so I'm talking about me saying that I feel happy, this kind of clothes make me happy, this environment, you know, the environment that makes me feel happy, being in Nigeria makes me feel happy. And that is why I want more of those things, right? Okay, on this day I was happy, bubbly, and I just walked into the shop. I was like, nothing amazing, but I was just like, you know, when you're in a good mood, you walked, you know, hi, this is that. Oh, where is this and this? Oh, it's here. And I was buying everything I was buying. So by the time I finished or bought the things that I wanted to buy, I got to the till to pay. There was this man that was there. He's tall, dark. You know, I'm not gonna lie, he was a very good looking man. And you know, in Nigeria, it's very easy to know the rich versus the poor. It's always typically easy to know, because the gap between the rich and the poor is massive. You know, Western society, a lot of the time, you can't tell who is richer, because let me tell you, the rich man next door may be riding a bicycle. There's a man that died, I think in Australia, that it was when he died that he left like 9 million, I mean 9 billion to a charity. People were like, he had that kind of money, but this man lived a very simple life. One of his tenants said that the house she was living in, the man left it to her and said she can keep it. The man was stinkily rich, but he never looked it. If you see the house he was living in, okay, but Nigeria is a society where typically, you know who is the rich man, there's a way, not necessarily because the rich man is showing off, but because, you know, there are some things the poor cannot afford. And especially when it comes to like good food and good health, sometimes you see people and you can see the stress of the country in their faces and on them, their bodies and the way they dress, that you just know, okay, this person, no, you understand. Sometimes we may still get it wrong, I'm just saying. But when you see a rich man, you know what I mean, you would know. So I walked up there and he was nice, he was friendly with the girls at the till and all of that. And me, I was just there waiting for him to finish, and then I can do my stuff. And then he finished and he left, and then I did my one, I paid and all of that, chatty with the girls. Oh yeah, you know, they tell me, like, I easily, somebody said something to me once, and she said, you said you never met a stranger. That's the first time I heard that expression. It's like, you meet somebody, you're comfortable, you're friendly with people, that's it. But funny enough, I actually have very few close friends, but I make friends easily enough. But it's only few people that I allow close to me. Okay, I've derailed again. I'm trying to change, but it's hard. Anyways, so when I came out of the supermarket, came out, just I walked down to this place. Let me tell you, me, I for me, walk here, walk there, I take care, I take what I just that's I think there's something nostalgic about it. Just walking on the streets of Nigeria, or just being as basic as, you know, the life that I had before I moved abroad. They remind me of things, and they are good for my belly. If that makes sense. They are good for me emotionally, you know, mentally and everything. Those are the things that remind me that Alatalam, Japada Sile, I am back home, you know. Anyways, so I came out, and as I came out of the shop, came out to the road like this, I saw a car was parked. It's like a, how do you call them? Like a Jeep, you know, those kind of, how do you call it? SUV, you know, I could see it, you know, nice car, whatever. And I came out and I just started walking. And the car, you know, when I say it's parked, you can tell, like, I think the lights were on or something. And the car moved closer to me and stopped by my side. I had not taken, let's say I just came out of the shop at the road. I don't think I've taken up to 4 steps. And just parked at my side. And I, you know, the thing, and he parked and wound down the window. And that kind of like, I don't know, I just gonna be like nervous. Like, you know, the way somebody just stops suddenly by your side. And I kind of looked, and I was like, it was like, oh yeah, he was like something about, where are you going? I'll give you a lift or something like that. I'm not gonna lie. He asked in the nicest, most polite way anybody can ask. I have to be honest. I cannot come here and say a single bad thing about that man. I can't, because he didn't do anything. There was nothing, he didn't do anything bad, right? Okay, but, okay. I think I missed that part. To say that, is that same man that I saw in the shop, he was the one that stopped to pick me up. And he was like, I can't remember exact words. But basically he said, oh, like, where are you heading? I can give you a lift, or something around that. And I kind of like, you know, like, and I was like, no, oh, thanks, I'm fine. Like, I was like, oh, no, thanks, I'm fine. I was like, oh, no, I'm okay, thank you so much. Oh, wow, that's so kind of you. That's what I said to him. And I just kept walking. And then I thought about that, you know, after all I reflected. And I thought to myself, okay, one, I honestly didn't want a lift. If I wanted a lift, I could get a lift. Like, I could get a taxi, I could go on keke, whatever. But I honestly didn't want a lift, right? But at the same time, I realized how much I have changed. When I lived in Nigeria, I may have taken that. I'm saying that. I may have, because I can't be 100% sure. But I may have been like, oh yeah, free lift, why not? But I'm in a different point in my life. Guys, listen, you know, it's like I'm rambling, but it's a point I'm trying to make. I want to speak on the fact that, on one hand, there is this aspect of, this is me having a great time, I'm in Nigeria, and I want to work, and I want to do this, and I was not in distress, so I was fine, you understand? So there's that aspect of it. But at the same time, you know, I thought about the fact that my mentality has changed a lot. When I lived in Nigeria as a young girl, I'm talking about, let's talk about when I was 20, like that, I would have been 20, almost 30 years ago, I was 20-year-old, right? And, you know, there was a time in my mentality, and I believe it's still a mentality that exists in Nigeria, right? There was a time when, you know, or to some people, you know, at the moment I can afford to get a taxi, I can afford whatever I want to do, and I can walk when do you know, oh sorry, you see I've derailed, but I need to say this. I got to the shop and I was speaking to them. I was like, oh yeah, where is this? Do you have this, that? And one of the staff there looked at me and said, there's something on your lips. There's something on your lips. That was kind of him though. He was like, there's something on your lips, and I touched it and I felt it and I started laughing because I drank I drank curry before going there. My mother brought me coconut from the village. My mother brought me a lot of coconuts, right? Okay. So I had coconut for days. Like, okay, what I mean is I had a lot of coconut. I was eating so much coconut. This coconut, I think I've shared about it before. My mother harvested the coconut from my father's compound. So this coconut from the land, it's from the land of my ancestors. I don't know how to express my excitement. This coconut came from my village, my father's compound. So let's say from my father's land, literally. And this coconut was harvested, like my mother brought them, let's say today. They were harvested yesterday, so they were so fresh. There was a difference in this coconut. So I was eating coconut like, say, I never seen coconut before. So every excuse I have, boom, boom, I'm always looking for excuse to find something. So I drank gari with coconut. So somehow the gari was all over my lips. And so yeah, this guy was like, oh, there's something on your lips. And I touched it and I could feel that it was gari. You know the way gari feels like sand. I was like, oh, I drank gari. And they started laughing. But that was the truth. Anyways. You know why I'm laughing is that there was a time when gari was like poor man food, blah, 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 but this is not, do you know what I mean? There is something about you like it, you eat it. Anyway, I'm in that era in my life. I'm appreciating any and everything. Okay. So, how did I get to the gari now? How did I go? Sorry. Okay, I think I was trying to say that there are things I do now, not because I can't afford this or that, but because that is what I enjoy. I was walking because I enjoy walking. I have my watch tells me how many steps I've done in a day. I was doing so many steps in a day that I was like, without trying. Abroad, you would literally say, I want to go for a walk and get up, this. Nigeria is like, for me, I go, I just go. When you have turned, you have turned. Why will I not turn when I'm always up and about? I wear my hat. So people have say, wear hat, sunscreen. I do. I wear. But Nigerian sun, not the one where mama you from Edo. Nigerian sun is not the one that hits you from above, like from the sky. Nigerian sun is the heat in the environment. So even if I have a hat that is covering me like this, there is still heat. Nigerian sun, the heat, is in the environment. And some people think sunscreen protects you from tanning or getting dark. A lie. Sunscreen prevents you from burning. It doesn't prevent you from tanning or darkening. Okay, you see, I've gone. But even though I've gone another direction, I'm still making a point with all this information I'm passing across. So, and I thought to myself, I wasn't walking because I was poor. I was walking because I wanted to. I didn't drink gari because I was poor. I drank it because I wanted to. And I enjoyed it. And I enjoy walking as well. And I said to myself, there was a time when, or there's still a lot of girls or a lot of women that are at that level in their lives where that lift, they couldn't or they won't be able to resist it. Because for them, it's like, I don't suffer rich. Somebody won't give me lift, let me enter. Or, see this rich man, maybe this is my destiny helper that has arrived. But I am in a different era in my life. I'm not going to come here and say I am rich, I am this. No. Let me say it here now. I'm not coming here to ever claim that I am this rich millionaire. That's But I'm grateful that I have a job, I have an income, I am surviving in my own way. I will put it like that. Something else I wanted to say, I think I skipped there. I wanted to say that as someone that's lived abroad for such a long time, and we don't have that culture where, the part of abroad that I'm speaking about, we don't have that culture of a man stop and pick you up in the car. It's very, even people get scared of being kidnapped and, rapes and other kind of a thing, that it is such, people don't do it. Even a lot of men won't even risk it because of the fear of you calling the police and say, oh, this person tried to kidnap me. This person is a creep. Can you imagine that? The culture is so different. And because I've lived in that culture for a long time, somebody stopping and saying they want to give me a lift freaked me out a bit. I have to say that. Okay? I really have to say that. And I thought to myself, there's part of me who felt like, is this one trying to kidnap me? You understand? Let me tell you, okay? I go with my mentality of abroad. The abroad that I stay in, somebody else may say that your own part of abroad they went to was different. If I go with that, what I see is, whoa, this guy is trying to kidnap me. But when I think about the Nigerian society and the Nigerian environment, I see a norm. It's normal I'm not saying it's not dangerous or things are happening, but I'm just saying that It's not. Do you know how many women that have found husband just by somebody that stopped and picked them up? You understand? You know what I'm trying to say? So I want to separate that. I'm not coming here to tell anybody to enter free lift. Oh, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that in Nigerian culture, it's not that people are still saying, oh, be careful about, but there's still that mentality that, oh, this may be, like I was trying to say, some people, a woman may look and say, ah, this may be my destiny helper God have sent to come and save me from poverty and all of that. Da, 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 da. So, okay, let me separate that. I'm saying that my abroad mentality is, wow, look at this guy trying to kidnap me, right? But, you know, okay. Now, the point that I want to really make, and especially for us parents, you know, Nigeria is a society where women are disadvantaged in the sense of the upbringing. A lot of families that are still bringing up, or the society, you know, has done it in a way that men are raised to like make money, and women are raised to like, okay, maybe go to school, have a learn how to sew, learn how to cook and clean, learn how to be a good wife. We hear about wife material. We know they hear husband material. We don't hear it that much, right? So women are being raised from day one to grow up to be good wives in the future. Not to be financially independent, not to be this and that. No, to grow up and be a good wife and a mother in the future. You understand? But men are being raised to make money, be successful, be this, be that. And to a great extent, the society and everything, you know, this whole thing has created this imbalance where our sons are the ones with the money and our women are the ones that are, you know, they have been raised to grow up and then be prepared to be a wife. All they are waiting for is for a rich man to come and marry them. So when they come out and they see a man, they'll be like, oh, maybe now this is the rich man that is going to be my husband. This is the rich man that is going to save me, because a lot of women are financially disadvantaged. Let's raise our daughters to be financially independent. Let me tell you, you see that lift I didn't get into? This is the point I'm trying to make. That lift I didn't get into, there's another girl that will get into, another woman that will get into that lift. And they will get into that lift because of desperation. Money. They have no money, and this is a man that obviously looks like he has it. His car was I'm not going to lie, it was a nice car, right? And then, you know what I mean? For me, the idea of, oh, this was not an option. I'm not there to say, oh God, I'm not looking for a destiny helper. Every day I'm thinking of ways to make myself financially more independent every day. I'm not waiting for a man to fall from the sky to make me financially independent. But a lot of women do not have that advantage, if I can put it that way. So, thinking about the young woman, a young girl, that would have said, maybe now my destiny helper be this, so, I want to I've seen your husband, or whatever. And then, for a split second, forget about the risks involved, whatever, be like, you know, that pressure to find their way out of poverty has made a lot of, you know, young girls as well, you know, fall for situations like that. I really hope I'm making my point clear. When I look at the Nigerian society, I see a lot of it. Women are doing things out of desperation. Let me tell you guys, I've made videos about, you know, things like polygamy, women going into polygamy, women going into marrying a man that is there 60 years older and all of those things. Let me tell you, everybody is free to do what they want to do with their lives. But the question is, are they doing it because they are in love, or are they doing it because they are trying to move out of poverty? See, there's something that happens to my camera. When the sun shines brighter, the exposure gets too much on my camera, and I don't like it. Let me fix it, guys. I find it a bit annoying. It makes the camera a bit washed out. Yeah, I think that's better. So, there is, like I said, anybody can marry anybody want to marry, but are they doing it for the right reasons? Is it for love, or is it for, let me get out of poverty? Let me just use as opportunity to, you know what I mean, change my situation? Is it out of desperation? What can prevent women finding themselves in positions where they become desperate is being financially independent, be doing well for themselves, so that when a man comes, it is about oh yeah, I actually connect really well with this guy. I'm actually happy when I'm around him. He actually does this and this that makes me really happy. He brings peace and joy into my life. It's not, it doesn't make me feel good, but let me just manage him because I am poor. So that I go see food chop. I keep saying it. Marriage is a beautiful thing. You know, we can't come here and deny it. But let me tell you, if you go into a marriage where there's no love, it can be hell. It can be miserable. It can be, do you know what I mean? It can be hell, it can be miserable. If you doubt, Bill Gates' wife just divorced him recently. If you think money solves all problems, why would they divorce? The money was there. Am I making sense? P Square, one of them, she be the good wife, they got divorced. We don't know the reason, but the money was there. There are a lot of rich people that have divorced. You understand? So I've gone here and there, but I believe I'm still making my point. Every time I look at that story, I'm not going to come here. I'm saying it again. The man not do anything wrong. He looked like a very nice guy. I have to be honest. He looked like nobody said the right bad person for person face. So, but he didn't approach me disrespectfully. He didn't approach me disrespectfully. He was very respectful in the way he spoke to me. So I'm not coming here to say anything, but I'm just speaking about the fact that I rejected that right because I could. Unfortunately, there are some women that will not reject it because of the situations they found themselves. The inequality in our society in Nigeria. What am I saying again? Fathers, mothers, please don't prioritize your sons when you're raising your children. Also prioritize your daughters so that tomorrow in the future, you know, they will be, let me put it like this, like, how do I ever put it? They will be at a position where they will not make any decision out of desperation. That man may have been a bad person. I'm not saying he is. We don't know. So if he was a bad person, I escaped. But somebody else may not have escaped because of where they found themselves in life. I really hope you get my point. And how do you prevent women from finding themselves in a place like that in life? Is by we parents give equal opportunity to our sons. Society begin to recognize the fact that women need to be empowered as well to avoid situation whereby, you know, there is this inequality that puts women in desperate situation. I'm going to end with this. There are some young ladies that have decided that they don't want to be useful to themselves in their lives ever. That they've decided that the only way they will make money is from a man. They don't want to hustle. Their hustle is dating different men to make money. Or their hustle is trying to find a rich husband. So I know there are people like that no matter what that is what they have decided for their lives. But I'm speaking for the majority that is not the story, that desperation have led the wrong direction, you know. So I remember that story I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to share a lot of stories with you guys about life in Nigeria and how things are for me. Well, I don't want to make promises because then it becomes Igbese. I'm owing you guys then. But I'd like to share stories about my experiences and things that I experienced in Nigeria. That's how I'm going to leave that story. I don't know what your opinions are about, you know, the idea of going into lifts. If somebody offers a woman a lift, what is your opinion about that? You know, do you think it's not a big deal, or do you believe that it's a big deal? Women shouldn't take lifts and, you know, stuff like that. Leave your opinions in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you all for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.